Have you been ordered to do something that you don't want to do by an authority figure like a parent, teacher, principal, boss? It could be a police officer. It could also be a bully because obedience doesn't just come from respect, but it also comes out of fear. And we are Indians, we live in India and we have a collectivistic society. So we are actually taught to obey our elders, authority figures, etc. But what if you are told, you are commanded, you are ordered to do something that is unethical, immoral? It could be even a crime. Would you do it? Would you still follow the order? Would you be obedient? There is a high possibility that as you are sitting on the other side of the screen and saying, like shaking your head and saying, no, of course not. I'm not going to do something illegal, immoral, like kill someone or anything like that. But social psychologists have found several factors that tell us that most people will have very difficulty resisting such kind of difficult situations. What's up, you guys? This is Aditi. Welcome back to our channel. Today's topic is a part of social psychology about obedience, and I thought of this topic when I was watching the movie Sardar Uddham, Vicky Kaushalka, which is about Jallianwala Bagh. Sardar Uddham was a freedom fighter who was fighting for India's independence along with Bhagat Singh, and it is about how Sardar Uddham tries to kill the British officer who actually gave the command to other British officers who were in India कि there's going to be a peaceful gathering. उनको पता चलता है it's going to happen in Jallianwala Bagh, तो they should actually just shoot people there. Many hundreds lost their lives. There were so many who were injured. So it's like a big thing. We all have studied this in history, I'm sure, in school. So I saw a scene where the British officer who actually conducted the shooting with Indian officers that they used to actually, take under their wing for employment purposes. They used to earn money, right? So he said something. If you want, we'll start with that scene.
A protest has been called at Jallianwala Bagh, but it's likely to be peaceful.
Likely. But it's going to be political, yes?
Yes, sir.
So it's an unlawful gathering, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Who do you have in mind for the job?
We have briefed Colonel Monago.
I find him to be hesitant. Call for General Reginald Dyer.
Sir, Sir Michael O'Dwyer's on the line for you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, General. Amritsar is in the hands of the rebels. It is your job to get it back.
I will need your permission to proclaim martial law, sir.
Well, you are the man on the ground, General. You must act as you deem necessary.
Thank you, sir.
Revolution is a dangerous game. We cannot afford another mutiny.
Sir.
I want to set a precedent. Punishment of itself is not necessarily a deterrent. But if the punishment is such that it creates a fear of punishment, that would be of great practical value. We need to set an example.
Sir.
Good night.
आगे संघर्ष उतनी देर जारी रहेगा जितनी देर के दो नेता रिहा नहीं हो जाते और रोज एक्ट बिल को वापस नहीं लिया जाता। हम इन लोगों से डरने वाले लोग नहीं हैं। डरने की कोई लोड़ नहीं, बैठो।
Should we issue a warning, sir?
याद करो श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह। अब बैठो बैठो।
They've had their warning. No meetings.
अब बैठो बैठो। अब बैठो, घासा नहीं, बैठो बैठो बैठो।
Fire!
Message from Sir Michael O'Dwyer, sir.
I've been up all night. Haven't had any sleep. I did my duty. Served my country.
So the first point as to why we have difficulty resisting is comes from the scene, that people who are actually ordered to do something that is not right, they feel that they are not responsible. They feel like they're absolved of all the responsibilities. It is not their responsibility, because they always tell themselves, like, in a defensive way, that I was just ordered to do it. I am a good soldier, and a good soldier always obeys his superiors. This is also called as transfer of responsibility, and it is very implicit in nature, and it does happen in a military setting or even amongst police officers, where the superior will give an order without any reason to the subordinates, and the subordinates have to conduct or just obey them blindly and unquestioning the order that has been given to them. Second is that these authority figures, right, whether it is a police officer or whether it is a military personnel, they always have these stars, they have these medals and flags and badges on them, which signify several titles, like very special titles, and that kind of signifies to us layman common people that they are an authority figure and we have to obey the authority figure. And that's one of the reasons why it becomes very difficult for us to resist, because we as citizens want to be morally correct. We don't want to do something wrong, we don't want to make any mistakes, and if we just follow the rules and the order that has been given to us, we will not be at fault. So that is one reason that we don't want to be considered as being wrong or being punished or in any way. So that's one of the reasons why we tend to just follow any of the orders blindly. And also, seeing those titles and stars and all of that, we are taught in a way that, oh, they are an authority figure, so we ought to obey them. So that is another extra factor that is also causing us to not disobey. Third point is that sometimes the orders that are given, like destructive obedience, when the orders that are given, they don't start with something, okay, you have to go and kill them, like the way it is shown in our Sardar Uddham. It could be something very small that they start with and it escalates. So the authority figure will start with very, very small thing, and then they will hierarchically increase the orders. And because we have already said yes to the multiple orders in the beginning, it becomes very difficult for us to say no. It is called as the principle of consistency. We also know it as foot in the door technique, where you start with something small, and once they say yes to that, when we change the situation or the order, it just becomes very difficult for people to say no. So it's like the foot in the door technique is also used here by authority figures. And fourth and last point is that when it comes to destructive obedience, right, things moves very fast, like very quickly, things just escalate, that the person, like if you are in the position that you have to follow orders, it becomes very difficult for you to take a step back and cognitively think about the situation, think about, am I doing right, what should be your next step. You do not have the time to do any of this, because things are happening very, very fast. And this is how things escalate, and riots can be conducted at times. When arrests are conducted, they can actually turn into mass beatings as well. So things move at such a lightning speed that we do not have the time to reflect on our actions and take a step back and think about what should be your next step, or am I doing right, am I doing wrong, should I do something else, should I oppose, all of that. कुछ करने को, सोचने को ही time नहीं मिलता. Now we know the reasons behind destructive obedience, like what is actually happening psychologically that is making us actually obey when it comes to wrongful stuff, wrongful orders. So what can be done? The first thing that you can do is that if you are in such a position where you have to follow orders from the authority figure, one thing that you can do is remind yourself constantly that your actions, they are your actions, right? So you are going to be responsible for them and not the authority figure that is actually giving you the order to do something. Second is that you have to remind yourself constantly that Remember the principle of consistency, like I said, foot in the door technique. But because it's a very small thing, you have said yes to it, doesn't mean that you have to continue saying yes. So if things go wrong somewhere, or you think that it's not going right, be mindful, be conscious of what's happening, and say no to the order that is given to you right now that you don't think is right, and the आगे की orders also, the following orders, subsequent orders as well. Don't continue to say yes just because you have said yes to the preceding, the earlier order. And the third thing is that you can actually question the expertise and the motive of the authority figure. But especially when it comes to orders that you cannot question, you need to question this, so you can make the authority figure remember that you are not going to be responsible for what happens, they should be. So always you can ask them for their expertise, the rationale behind the order that you have to follow. So that is the third thing that can be done in such situations. I hope this video was insightful and you learned something from this, whether you want to actually implement it or you just learned it as social psychology, even that's great. You can watch other videos on social psychology, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye.